What is going on, guys? This is Andy with Andy Z Anime, and today I'm going to be reacting to From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman episode 12. If you guys have not checked out my previous reaction videos, of course, to this particular series or to other series that I'm currently reacting to, I do encourage you guys to go ahead and check those videos out. Again, I'll leave a link to my channel in the description of this video down below. Also, guys, we are aiming for 100 subscribers next, so again, it does mean the world to me when you guys take the time to show your love and support by hitting that like and subscribe button. And the incentive video, of course, for those 100 subscribers will be a season 1 reaction to a live action TV show. So again, it does mean the world to me when you guys take the time to show your love and support for the channel. Also, guys, feel free to share these videos with your friends who enjoy anime reaction channels. With that being said, guys, and without further ado, let's get started. You know, I'm actually surprised Beryl isn't having like second doubts as a teacher and wondering where he's gone wrong with his students. Yo, where's the reinforcements for the knights? Yeah, magic combo? Yeah, why didn't somebody call like the magic core unit to like come back up the knights? Yeah, the slow-mo action. Oh, okay, so it seems that Rose has been kind of coerced into doing these evil deeds for the church because they blackmailed and or threatened the children that she sees at the orphanage. Beryl seems pretty confident in that choice. Okay, I'm liking this animation sequence in the fight. Oh, you cut her. Yeah, you gonna let her bleed out to death? He's not gonna. Exactly. You have to face the choices you make and serve your time for the punishment. So it wasn't entirely Rose's fault because she didn't have much of a choice since people she cared about at the orphanage were being leveraged by the church. And the fact that the church just seems to disregard other people's lives in this world. Yeah, the Holy Knight Order seems to need to do some cleaning out the corrupt knights. That's true. Now you got to live on, face the punishment, learn from your mistakes. Yeah, Beryl's gonna have to just go along with this story so he doesn't get caught up in this the wrong side of this political issue. Well, it wasn't just him. Is he gonna be the plus one to the royal dinner? And now we're gonna get a little inner thought sent towards Beryl from the extra characters. Look, man, when you do good deeds, sometimes you're put under that attention scope of the nobles. The king and the princess joining the dinner. Beryl is out of his element and not used to eating all these really fine foods. Well, it wasn't just Beryl. Beryl sharing the concerns of the king. Yeah, he's trying to recruit him into a personal elite guard. All right, well, he's continuing to entrust Beryl in his current instructorship position. And Aloysia over here is probably putting Beryl up on too high a pedestal. Well, both of them have grown exponentially throughout the series. And it's kind of nice to see that Mui seems to be softening up on an emotional level to Beryl a little bit more, which is just kind of nice to see after everything that she's been through. The determination on his father's face. Okay, guys, that was From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, episode 12, the season finale. So here's the thing. When it comes to the visuals and the animation art style of this particular series, I really enjoyed it. It made me think very much of the Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation style of animation quality, and it had that kind of nostalgic feel, especially for a fantasy series. Now, with that, I have a few things that I would like to address. That being that for this particular series, they should have tagged this particular anime series as slice of life, which they never did, and they had with it being an actual slice of life series, they had some pacing issues for this particular series, which was a little bit annoying. And I feel like they maybe could have done a good job of trying to find a balanced pacing for this series. There's some other things that I will mention are this series was tagged as an adventure series, which in my opinion, outside of him traveling from his home village to the capital and maybe that one little side adventure with the Adventurers Guild to help the new rookie adventurers, he didn't really have any type of journey unless it was a journey of self-growth, which is what they were trying to imply in the series. But for a fantasy series to also have that included as an adventure, I didn't feel like Beryl really had that opportunity to explore outside of the capital. And I feel like the writers for this particular series could have done perhaps a little bit better job, maybe trying to start doing the world building and having Beryl perhaps go a little bit further beyond just the capital. So I feel like it was sort of lacking in the adventuring department. Now, I will say that they did include magic in which was tagged for this series, and we did get several situations throughout this series that allowed us to witness some magic interactions. And I thought that was good. The other thing I will say is that, so I don't really know. I wish there was a better balance of Beryl's personal growth as a character and his interactions with the side characters. Now, I will say this for the side characters, Mui, Serena, and Rose were really the most intriguing to me for in terms of side characters, but the rest of the side characters were not interesting. Was kind of disappointed with the fact that in this series they had some sort of lack of either interesting backstory for several of the characters, and that they could have made each of the students that Beryl interacted with slightly different personalities, or something to give the side characters that would make the side characters more interesting to watch. I do feel that they were, maybe I'm agreeing a little bit more along the lines of the folks who read the Andor light novel series, where they were really lacking so like Beryl being the sword instructor, they kind of missed on the opportunity of showing more of the sword techniques or the mechanics of the sword play. And we also kind of they threw in some good action sequences here and there. I don't know if I would personally say that it was Demon Slayer level quality of fight sequences, and so that was a little disappointing as well. They could have put in a little bit more action, especially since this was also a series that was tagged as action sequences. Now, I get there was some duels or exchanges between Beryl and some characters for specific character development, or pivotal information would help the side characters maybe grow a little bit more. And I also feel like this had the potential to be so much more entertaining, and I feel like there was some misses there. I do think there could have been some more intriguing circumstances. The plot twist, for example, with Beryl and Rose interacting in this episode, where Beryl had to face one of his students, right? And I felt like with the way Beryl's character is, I feel like they could have made it so that Beryl kind of had some doubts, maybe some internal conflict within himself, because he sees himself more as a sword instructor to these side characters, and not really as something more than that teacher-student relationship, right? So when he faces off against Rose, I felt like he could have had this more internal struggle within himself to say, hey, do I do the right thing and stop my student, or do I second guess myself and help my student in a way that maybe looked bad upon on the rest of the characters? I don't really know how that would have played out, but it would have been something of, I think, a little bit more interest, at least in my opinion. Other than that, guys, I think this series is okay. I know it got renewed for a season 2. I don't know if I would watch season 2 on the channel. I would take it into consideration. I think this series was okay. I feel like they could have done a better job with some of the characters. And again, I think the show was okay, but again, it wasn't my absolute favorite. So we'll have to see how things go. That's just how I feel about it. But anyway, if you guys like this video, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below for more video content. And remember, guys, we are aiming for 100 subscribers next. So again, It does mean the world to me when you guys take the time to show your love and support by hitting that like and subscribe button. This is Andy with Andy Z Anime. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you guys next time.